So one perfect love, YouTube world, Zilla23, y'all already know, man. Come at y'all with another video, man. Gotta get this wisdom, gotta get this knowledge, and gotta get this divine understanding, man. I greet y'all with a heart full of love. I greet y'all with a heart full of peace. Just sending everything high vibrational, everything upful, you know what I'm saying? Everything right, truthful, peaceful, you know, holistic health, everything up, you know? So I want to come at y'all with another video. We're going to name this video Inner Jewels of the Inner World, you know, because of course life begins in the inner world, right? You perceive life through the inner world, right? First and foremost, these are just things that I use. They may be things that you've already heard. They may be things that you already do. But let's just reason on it and just see. So first and foremost, I want to reason on thought forms. I want to reason on the mind. Now, what does it profit a man or a woman to have great material riches but have inner poverty? What does it profit a man or woman to have great material and worldly riches but you don't have inner or spiritual riches? You can have a huge mansion, be sitting in a room sad, you depressed, you like, life, why me? When a one who has spiritual riches can sit in the park for 2 hours straight, smiling, because they're at peace. They have the inner wisdom. They have the inner riches. And that's what's first. So don't mistake outer riches to replace inner riches, or you think outer riches is what's going to make you happy. Because outer riches, physical things, is a part of the tangible world. You understand what I'm saying? When we talking about spiritual, we're talking about the eternal world. The physical, it comes and goes. Everything physical, it comes and goes. I'm sure you see these trees and everything, the season is changing. It comes and it goes. Life, death, rebirth, all the cycles. But the spiritual, the I am that I am, is eternal. It's forever. And we all have that I am within inside of ourselves. When you disidentify from thought forms and you're not so immersed or attached to what thoughts can come forward into your mind, the more that you will understand that the mind is a separate entity and you don't mistake it as yourself anymore. You're like, dang, whatever my mind is thinking, that must be true. Dang, whatever my mind was thinking, that must be me. Dang, whatever my mind is saying about me and about my identity and about who I am, it must be true. Nah. Nah. If we understand that the ego exists within the mind, the ego meaning it's a mentally made self that you seem like, it feels like you have to protect. You have to protect at all costs. You have to protect your ego. Right? The ego being a mentally made self. Now that we've got that understanding, we understand that the ego is insecure. The ego is insecure. No matter what you do to satisfy your ego, no matter what you do to fluff it up, it's always going to find something. It's always going to find something, and it's always going to need to be gratified. It's always going to have the need to become validated, to be validated. So if we understand that, then maybe we'll be wise when we stop trying to please the ego, right? When we stop trying to please the ego and we please our minds, we realize that there is no ending. There is no ending trying to please the mind. So, when we come back into a seat of isness, a seat of the I am that I am within inside of ourselves. And we understand that thought forms, emotions, bodily sensations, pleasure, pain, all that comes with the human experience. The human experience. Now, this is one planet in the universe. You know, people say the universe, but I say the universe because me and the universe are one, right? A lot of Rastas say universe. So when I say the universe, this is one planet within the universe. Now, because we know that it isn't ourselves that created ourselves, but we know that it was a divine intelligence that created us. We do know that this is just one planet. So we are the divine being expressed through human form. So once you know how close you are to God, how close you are to the Almighty One, how close you are to the Creator, the more that you know that, dang, I'm a part of that entity that created my human body. I am that entity that created my human body. If I view myself as unseparate from God or from the divine intelligence or from the intelligence that created these trees or that created that sun that comes every day, or what about that moon that you see as soon as you resting and you getting that healing? You know what I'm saying? What about those stars you see in the universe? Who created all that? Was it you? So that's why when we come into our higher selves and we acknowledge the creator of these things, the isness, the I am that I am, we can then disidentify from what goes on in our minds. We can then disidentify from the emotions that the thought within our minds might produce. We can disidentify with petty, everyday, trivial things. You know, things that you might worry about, or, you know, you might have an anxious thought, anxiety and everything, like, dang, like, why is this, blah, blah, blah. When, if you catch yourself and you bring yourself into a perspective where you're just like, whoa, I'm in this body, I got the I am that I am within me. And since I'm part of that entity that created my human body and that created this human experience, it's up to me to tap into that master yourself and for me to master myself. Peace, brother. All right, so I'm about to give y'all another jewel. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for rocking with me, you know? One perfect love. Another jewel for the inner world. We about to eat. I'm about to serve it up. About to eat some spiritual food. Taking the path of least resistance. Take the path of least resistance. Let's dive into that. Whew. When things happen in life, say for instance, if a situation occurs and your mind judges it as unfavorable, quote unquote unfavorable, when really in actuality it just is. Like for instance, I'm sure y'all can see the environment and everything, you know what I mean? It rained today. It's kind of murky. Some people might judge it as, oh, this isn't sunshine, this ain't good. Some people might be like, oh, wow, like, I'm getting rain for my crops right now. Some people may view it as good. When in actuality, it just is what it is. Without any judgment. It just is what it is. No judgment. Set aside all judgment. It just is what it is. It's raining. But whatever your mind attaches to the external world, whatever your mind attaches to the external experience, that then is what reality you're creating. Y'all work with me. I'm getting it out. That's what reality you're creating. So, if we understand that something happens and it's quote unquote unfavorable, you judge it as unfavorable. If you can start training yourself that when that challenge comes, you yes it automatically. Instead of saying, oh Lord, why me? Say, oh Lord, this is teaching me something. What is this here to teach me? And you can see how much blockage will be in your body When you say, oh, why me? You're saying no. You're saying no. It's so much inner resistance to what's happening, whatever your circumstances is, whatever your situation is. You're not saying yes to it. So you're then putting a blockage in your body because your body is like, yo, it is what it is. Now let's just move through it. You might as well move through it, right? When you yes it, right? And you be like, yo, all right, got you. What's my lesson in this? Instead of saying no, no, no. What's my lesson? Why did the universe bring me here? Because we are all on our journeys, people. I'm on my human journey. You're watching this. You're on your human journey. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna go through, certain trials and tribulations. We come to the planet to learn. We come to this specific mass, right? That's in the infinite dark space of the universe. The earth is suspended in infinite dark space in the universe with a sun and moon that revolves around it, right? And somehow the sun has been appointed to give light to this earth. How come the sun never leaves this galaxy? You ever thought about that? All this is divine intelligence, nature. You ever thought how come the sun doesn't drop? Right? It's just suspended in the universe. It's just the same thing with the earth. You ever wonder how come the earth is peace, is good? Like it don't just drop, because it is just it's an infinite dark matter, right? So when you take these things into perspective and you take the divine intelligence into its perspective, you won't take the situations, the circumstances, and anything that happens in your life so seriously. You won't take it as serious. Because you know that you're going to tap into that divine intelligence, and you know that the divine intelligence is your deepest and most truest being. It's your deepest and most truest being. The mind is going to lie to you. Don't get all caught up in this, in your thought forms and like whatever your mind is producing. Observe it. Disidentify from it. Use it when you need to, but come back into this moment, into this present moment, and be with the divine, within the divine intelligence while you're in this human form. You're the divine intelligence, but in a human form. So tap into that divine intelligence before you came into a human form, while you're in the human form. Understand? So that as you're in this human form and you're in this human experience, you will walk with more peace, you will walk with more wisdom, more discernment, more intuition, and you will know yourself. And people will feel the energy of the divine intelligence radiating from your energy field every time they step into your presence. They will feel your wisdom in your atmosphere. Dang, whoa, your body, like you're just full of light. You don't even have to open your mouth. Just step into the present and they'll feel your heart. They'll feel what level of consciousness you're vibrating in. Understand? I'm getting passionate, y'all. Like, I love spirituality, man. It's my rock, y'all. So yes, family. Inner jewels of the inner world. Disidentifying from your thought forms. 1. 2. Taking the path of least resistance. So yes, family. Zaylock23, I just had to come at y'all with another video. Remember, my documentary on my travels to Ghana, West Africa is on my website, www.mynaturalroots.com. My handwritten book, my first handwritten book, is on my website, www.mynaturalroots.com. I got black seed oil, coconut oil, shea butter. What else I got up there? I got Nubian heritage soaps, all the soaps I use to wash my natty. I got all that on my website, www.mynaturalroots.com. I get so many questions like, yo, Zay, how do I take care of my locks, etc., etc. Yo, I got all the products on my website. Look no further. The same ones I got on my website, it's the same ones that I use and I have been using for the last 6 years that I've had my natty. You know, and it's my covenant between me and the Almighty One and the divine intelligence, because I know the divine intelligence created nature, right? No human being can create hair, No human being can create nature. So I know that I'm letting the divine intelligence express itself through my human form with being as natural as possible. So I appreciate y'all. Continue mastering yourself. Let's reason. Maybe you can share some of your jewels and everything that you've used to master yourself. And let's help each other on this collective human journey. All right? So I'm just coming at y'all with another video, man. Zaylight23, man. One perfect love. Be at peace, man. I pray inner stillness, holistic health, and everything good over y'all. One perfect love, a heart of love, and just everything up, man. Everything up. And just stay strong, man, no matter what. No matter what. Stay strong. Get your lessons. And keep your head up. One perfect love.